Hamza Ahmed. I think you've all heard of him as like the god of self-improvement on YouTube. But a couple of months ago, he released a guide on cold exposure and literally said that if you're just starting out, you should turn the water to its maximum freezing temperature and should just go in. But of course, if you do that, you will die of cardiac arrest, most likely. And he later deleted the video because of the blatant misinformation, this misinformation that it included, that it had within it, that its contents presented. And I'm here to warn you because bro science, this thing of like, oh, do what's most practical, do what, I don't know, the ancient Romans did in order to make their boys, to transform boys into men. They wouldn't let them bathe in warm water. Go ask a doctor. Like, please, for God's sake, go ask a doctor. Like, even if I ever give you some like medical advice, I don't know, start cold exposure. I don't know, start lifting weights. Start running. Start doing like cardio and calisthenics. Go ask a doctor or actually read some scientific papers on the things that I'm recommending for your health. Do not listen to me as if I'm like the Bible. Do not listen to me as if I'm the wisest human being on earth. I'm sure that you wouldn't listen to me, but there are a lot of more convincing people or older people, more credible people that you will be feeling tempted to listen to. But if you don't actually look at some like scientific evidence, not bro scientific evidence, scientific evidence, you will probably hurt yourself, or as Hamza Ahmed prevented by deleting the video, die. And that's not an understatement, because if you go out and you'll probably die of hypothermia, not hypothermia, but just some cardiac arrest because of how cold the water is. So this also ties into the idea that you need to be really well prepared in order to do things. Before doing things, you need to be very well informed, because yes, of course, cold exposure is a really good thing. I don't do it because I'm kind of soft, but I would definitely recommend it. That doesn't mean that you should just try and kind of fake it till you make it. That's an expression that even Andrew Huberman hates. So do not fake it till you make it. Start being informed, and what I'm about to tell you is something that Hamza Ahmed said. So who knows? I guess it's good advice, and he probably learned from deleting that video and talking about that, but whatever. I'll stop mentioning him because I kind of feel like a beta male, but whatever. If you're starting like calisthenics or exercise, before actually going to the gym or to your local park in order to exercise like a monkey on the tree branches or whatever, look at a guide on how to do it. Because believe me, I've been working out for like a year, but I've started doing it well I've been doing it well since, I don't know, a couple of months ago. And yeah, I'm starting to see results now, but for a year, or I don't know, like 8 months, I didn't see any results. So you need to start with a little bit of a base, because if there is no base, you'll learn to do it poorly. And that's what's most difficult to unlearn. Things that you have already learned. And my father once said to me that in order to learn, you first need to unlearn. For example, in Romanian, if you put a G and an E, it makes this sound J. But in Spanish, it makes the sound J. So you need to, if Romanian or Spanish or your native languages, you need to unlearn that pronunciation in order to learn that other pronunciation. Anyway, Alex, Jesus, Jesus. Alex Hormozy also talks about how in business, the first, I don't know, $100,000 a month are the hardest to earn, because you need to completely change your mindset. Like every single presumption that you had about the world needs to be completely reconstructed. And I'm not telling you that you need to do this in order to do everything in life. You probably need to like destroy some presumptions when it comes to diet or exercise or whatever you want to get into. But the most important thing is just having that base in information, base of that knowledge base that will guide you. Because if not, you'll learn to do things in a way that compromises a lot more things. Like, it's not worth it. I would heavily recommend to watch some guides on nutrition, on exercise, on sleep before even attempting to do it well. Because of course, the excuse that the other side, I don't want to say the other side, because ultimately we are all on the side of becoming the best versions of ourselves. But what the other side would throw at me at this argument would probably be something like, oh, that's literally what keeps you weak. Saying that I'll start tomorrow when I have more information, or I'll start next week when I don't know, have more motivation, is literally what keeps you from doing something. But if you do something without knowing anything about the thing that you are doing, if I were to sit in front of a computer and start programming in Python, I wouldn't get really far. Why? Because I'm a guy. I was about to swear there. I'm a troglodyte when it comes to computer science. But if I watch the official like Harvard beginner's guide on Python that is 12 hours long, god damn it, I would probably learn a bit, and now I could program. It's that simple. And in my opinion, starting something is starting to learn about it, not actually starting to do it. I mean, it is kind of starting to do it, but starting to do it mechanics properly without learning, I don't know, what dips are, what a muscle up is, like the ultimate beginner's goal of calisthenics, doing a muscle up, what pull-ups, what's the difference between a chin-up and a pull-up, what's the difference, no, or how many push-ups you should be able to do, how many weighted dips you should be able to do, what's a Russian twist, no, Russian dip, I'm confusing Russian dips with Russian twists. Russian twists are something like you do with I know a lot more about exercise than you do, so don't even dare correct me in the comments, because I'm just so much superior when it comes to exercise. No, you need to learn about all of these things, and only then can you actually start doing that thing. So I hope this helps. Stay informed and don't trust bro science, because sometimes it doesn't, most of the time it doesn't work. So yeah, go speak to a doctor and make sure it's a good doctor. Or, I don't know, read a scientific paper or go to somebody that you know you can trust. I'll see you later.